After Topcraft finished working on The Last Unicorn, the studio was having financial troubles. In the midst of those struggles, the studio was hired by a mangaka and toy animator to work on another film. The animator in question was influenced by Panda and the Magic Serpent for a strong female lead, and was urged by his producer to develop a movie for his own femme fatale character in the manga he wrote. The mangaka, Hayao Miyazaki, complied with the condition that he direct the movie himself, and thus began the production of Nausicaa of the Valley of the Wind. Boy, what a start to something great, if you don't count Lupin III anyway. Nausicaa is a film whose impact you can feel today, as its influence is clear on popular culture. From the visually stimulating imagery, to the strong role models, to the distinct Miyazaki-isms in the themes and attitudes. It's a very striking debut to what could be argued as Miyazaki's early legacy. So what does that legacy entail? Nausicaa is a princess in the Valley of the Wind, a serene place far off from the rest of the world that is engulfed in constant war. And when another country brings the war to the Valley of the Wind looking for resources and power, it's up to Nausicaa to save her people, her home, and the creatures of the land from the raging warpath of the outsiders. Will she be able to succeed in guarding everything she holds dear, or will the fight become too big for her to handle? It's fascinating to see where all of Miyazaki's themes and tropes started. A strong-willed but emotionally vulnerable female lead, a love of nature, views on war and peace, creativity of the world's technology. It's interesting to see where that foundation comes from, and how he's managed to change it up come his later films. Nausicaa is a fun character. Her defining charisma is the fact that she's always doing something. She's not just standing around doing nothing, unless she needs to. She's calculating her next move, kicking ass, and making quick decisions in the heat of war. And it's believable because of the environment she was raised in. She doesn't want to go to war, but rather has to. And it's almost like watching a pacifist get into a huge argument and watching the guilt take to them whenever it's over. She's charming, cunning, strong, willful, smart, and deep. Nausicaa is just a good lead. But what about the story? Well, I think it's well done too. Maybe too well. They threw a lot at you. Not quite finished 2772 levels, but there is more action and story progression than what you'd expect from what feels like a simple war story. A part of me wants to say it could have benefited more in being 2 films rather than 1, but for the one we have, it's still good at the pacing and action orientation. Plus, the story itself is a very good cautionary tale, as well as a good dive into the mind of a pacifist going into battle. And let's be real here, the biggest thing to note about the film is the animation. It comes in the Miyazaki art style we've all come to know and love, but when you consider that this is the 80s, just a couple of years after The Last Unicorn, it's damn impressive. It just looks like something that can be animated today. It's not too hard on the eye, so it's not too intense or soft until it needs to be, allowing for the atmosphere, environment, and design to speak for itself, marking it as one of the first, if not the first, Miyazaki films everyone should watch. Nausicaa is just the perfect introductory movie for people who want to get into Miyazaki's work. This was only his second directed film, but it feels like he's been doing this for decades, which I guess now he has, which is impressive on its own that this film could come out today and still be amazing. It's a high-action adventure starring a badass good-hearted lead, featuring stunning visuals that tell a story on their own about the state of nature and war, that overall encapsulates the magic Miyazaki touch he would soon be known for. If I hadn't made it clear enough, go out and watch this film. It's just that good.